Okay, let's move on to our next big segment on Pro Soccer Talk. We'll preview Argentina against Croatia. Look at key battles for the semi-final, Andy. Obviously, coming up Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. What are the key sort of individual or tactical battles you're looking out for in this game? Because Argentina, heavy favourites, Croatia just scrapping away, getting by on penalty kicks. So much experience in tournaments. Very intriguing tactical battle, this one.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Argentine midfield right now, and as good as Messi has been, and as good as the fullbacks have gotten forward into the attack a lot, and so they've typically created a lot of their chances from playing outside in. Croatia have done kind of the opposite. They're very, very strong through the middle, and then they look to get the ball wide as they enter into the final third, and so it complete opposite tactical kind of setups and ideas the way that these two teams play. And so it is going to be really interesting. If the tempo is a little bit higher in this game, I think it favors Argentina. If the tempo is a little bit lower, I think it favors Croatia. Croatia did a really, really good job of you can't keep the ball from Brazil. You can't keep Brazil from having scoring chances, but I think you can make their scoring chances less desirable. And I think that's the one thing that they did a really, really good job of, was allowing Brazil to have the ball in parts of the field that Croatia wanted them to have the ball in. And so if they're able to do that against Argentina and kind of keep Messi, again, you're not going to take Messi out of the game, but they are certainly going to shadow him. They're going to give him extra attention. I I don't know. Croatia have kind of the setup, I think, to give some trouble to Argentina because they can really muck the game up, but they can do it in a way that doesn't descend into, oh, this is bad football or this is anti-football. It doesn't have to be cynical to do that. They are so clever and so crafty and so experienced. I thought they'd go out in the group stage, and they just continue to prove wrong at this tournament. I think it's hard to not enjoy the run that they're on again, because they became the darlings 4 years ago in 2018, and now they're doing it again.
I know Modric, Perisic, Kovacic, Brozovic, Lovren, they're all doing it, but they got some other good young talents coming through as well. So, yeah, tactically, I'm intrigued to see if Argentina stick with the back 3/5 that they had against the Netherlands, or was that just a one-off to stop the Dutch playing with their wing backs, which worked well for most of the game until the Dutch really switched it up late on and caused havoc going direct. And I wonder, for Croatia, it's just that midfield trio, really, Brozovic, Kovacic, and Modric. If they can control the tempo of the game and almost block the lanes, get into Lionel Messi and force him to drop deeper and deeper, I think that's going to be the key battle there for Croatia, because we saw them do that against Brazil as well, just really frustrate Brazil by those midfield trio know each other so well, so experienced, so comfortable on the ball, that they will just take the pressure off their defense to say, hey, we'll just keep it between us. We'll make little triangles. We'll move up the pitch slowly but surely. And that will really frustrate Argentina, because they're very aggressive when they do step. There'll be gaps for Croatia to pick. And it seems like Modric could have a bit of a field day in there. Ivy, obviously, him and the rest of the Croatia team, after going back-to-back 120 minutes and penalty kick shootout wins, that's going to come into it as well, the energy-wise. But, what do you think about that kind of tactical area?
Yeah. I think we'll see Argentina go back to the 4 because I think they're going to want the extra man on the counter. Croatia playing that high line that they do with Gvardiol, and credit to him, up until this point, he has covered every single inch of ground and intercepted or blocked out every single pass, every single shot that he has needed to. But he's not come up against the likes of a Messi, who is just in, and we saw it on the assist that he had against the Netherlands, who is just in absolutely unconscious form. Like, I imagine that when that ball comes to Messi, I mean, obviously he's not thinking; he just does it. But it's just, I don't know. He makes it look so incredibly simple that I think that's what Argentina's they're gonna really. I think everything's gonna run around Messi, or everybody. Lautaro probably comes back into the lineup, and I'd like to see Lautaro and Alvarez start together in this game, because if those two are just making runs. And obviously they got to put in a defensive shift because we know Messi's not going to do that. But if you're talking about going forward and how to get at Croatia, I think that might be it right there.
I think early as well, right? You kind of set the tone. You just come flying out the traps, and if you can get a couple of goals early, then you can sit back. And for the most part, they did that against the Dutch until the Dutch went very direct. And I'm wondering, Andy, Will Croatia have learned anything from that Dutch comeback against Argentina when Argentina were 2-0 up, 83rd minute, then the Dutch score one header. They're going direct, they're going diagonal, they're going kind of targeting, dragging the Argentine centre backs out from the centre of the goal. Aerially, they struggled a lot. And again, it might have just been a one-off, but the Dutch certainly, I think, gave other teams a bit of a blueprint in terms of if you want to really get at this Argentine defense and team, this is how to do it. Don't play through them because they're too good. They can win the ball back, and when they win the ball back, they keep it. Just try and be as direct as possible. And yeah, I'm just wondering if you kind of saw that there was some opportunities there for Croatia, be it Perisic and the fullbacks. They can play direct, and I think they could be in business.
Why did Argentina not make an adjustment once the Netherlands started doing that? And that was the scary thing, I think, from an Argentine perspective, is we all knew what was going to happen. We talked about it well before the subs were made. When they came on, we said, okay, this is what they're going to do. And I think everybody but Argentina knew what was about to happen, and it worked a treat. Bruno Petkovic, the one who got the goal for Croatia to equalize late on against Brazil, 6'4", nice target man up top. I would imagine whether he starts or not, I'd imagine we see at least 30, if not 45 minutes of him. And so, yeah, I do think that, I mean, at a World Cup, especially because it's such a short time frame, if you see something like that that works, I think you have to take advantage of it, because this is a once every 4-year opportunity, and you do not want to pass that by. And the way that Argentina were on the back foot and looked terrified, if you can do that, to your point, Joe, from the start, oh boy, it could be a completely different game, because I don't think Argentina's built to play from behind.
No, they're not. They're not. And yeah, I'm just thinking this can go so many different ways. And Croatia, they must be in two minds, either going for those direct tactics from the start, or do they just kind of drain the life out of Argentina during it and go for another extra time? Because it doesn't seem to bother them. All those experienced players there, they're quite happy with just having the ball in front of them, being a solid kind of 4-5-1 for most of the game. And they got so much experience and so well drilled in that. So given all that we said about Argentina and maybe being destiny or being the favourites to win the World Cup out of the teams remaining, do we think they're going to do it? What's your prediction for Argentina against Croatia? Because I can see more chaos.
It's 2-1 late on, and I think there's a third goal for Argentina late in it as Croatia push. They're going to be threatened. It is not straightforward whatsoever. I think a lot of people are probably, because Brazil is out and that was what we were looking at, I think a lot of people are going to overlook Croatia, and I would caution, don't do it.
I think it's going to go to extra time again, and I'm going to say 1-0 to Argentina. I can see Croatia just sitting back, playing for the draw, trying to pick them off, go more direct, set pieces. And I think Argentina are going to be quite frustrated. So I'm going to go for an Argentina win, but in extra time again. And it's going to be narrow. But I wouldn't rule out going to penalty kicks again, knowing Croatia and just how good they are at playing that way. So head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com for all the latest information ahead of Argentina against Croatia. Team news, preview, how to watch information. We'll have you covered, all angles, before, during, and after the game, with analysis and reaction too. And my word, what a big, a kind of unexpected World Cup semi-final with Croatia making a run, knocking out Brazil, and setting up as the underdogs against Argentina. But we know from this World Cup, absolutely anything can and will happen. So expect it in this game as well.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. For even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend on USA Network and on Peacock. We will see you over there.